I'm looking for a job, and I've always wanted to work at McDonald, but I never did. I'm running against somebody that said she did, but it turned out to be a totally phony story. So, President Trump! Well, that's a good-looking group. Hello, everybody.
Crazy.
I'm having a lot of fun here, everybody. All the fake news of it.
Tens of thousands of Pennsylvanians showed up to McDonald's yesterday for what was perhaps the single most amazing political event ever. That's exactly what some pundits are calling it. We're going to see what Trump's McDonald's visit really means and why it may indeed signal the decisive end of the collapsing Kamala campaign. Hey, gang, great to see all of you. It's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, here to help you stay sane in these insane times. You know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. A very happy Monday morning to all of you. Before we dive into things here, I'm sure you all saw CBS cut J.D. Vance's mic off, right, a couple of weeks back as he tried to correct the moderators about immigration during the recent VP debate. Shutting his mic off was a clear example of mainstream media bias, which makes it hard for people to get the full picture and think for themselves. Manipulation like this is why I use Ground News. It helps me to see the whole picture so I can get to the truth. Ground News is a website and app that gathers stories from over 50,000 sources every day so you can get a complete view of what's happening in the world and see through media bias. Check them out for yourself at ground.news/Steve. So, for example, we can see that there are well over 125 articles about CBS News cutting Vance's mic. Now, if we look at the coverage details and bias distribution, we can see which news outlets cover this story along with a breakdown of the political leaning of the outlets reporting. So the majority of the coverage comes from the center with about an even split between the left and the right. And if we want to compare headlines to see what each side is saying, it's all right in front of us. The left actually admitted Vance was explaining the legal process when they cut him off, like this headline we get from Canada's CBC News. But the Washington Examiner, which is an outlet to the right, they pointed out that CBS actually broke their own rules in fact-checking Vance. How can we trust CBS News when they break their own rules? I have to tell you, gang, about my favorite feature. It's called the Blind Spot feed. I use it so I know I'm getting a balanced view of the news. It features important stories covered by just one side of the political spectrum. With the election just 2 weeks away, I could not recommend Ground News more highly. Just go to ground.news/Steve, click the link in the description, or scan the QR code on the screen. Using my link gets you 40% off the Vantage plans. It's the same one I have for unlimited access to all their features. When you support Ground News, you're also supporting the work we do here at Turley Talks. Click on that link below or scan that QR code now. Former Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich once described Trump brilliantly. He said Trump is 1/3 Andrew Jackson in terms of his populism, 1/3 Teddy Roosevelt in terms of his energy and intellectual capacities, and 1/3 P.T. Barnum in terms of his penchant for entertainment. In other words, there's simply never been anyone like him. And we saw all three of those figures, Jackson, Roosevelt, and Barnum, on display yesterday as President Trump visited McDonald's restaurant in Feasterville, Trevose, Pennsylvania, just outside Philadelphia in Bucks County. And as you can see, he didn't just visit. He put on an apron and worked behind the line, and boy, did he deliver.
How cute is it?
Car?
The next car?
Yes, they did both things.
You like them both at the same time?
Yes, that is great.
Hello, how are you? You're a good-looking guy. I love you. Give me a thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will. I promise. Thank you very much. That's on you. Okay? Have a good time. Thank you very much. See you. I'll see you at the White House. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, fellas. Come on. We have another order coming in.
And this is their
that's
order?
thousands of people. Hello. How are you? What a beautiful woman. Look at a beautiful child. It's like the perfect looking person. Come on in. That's good. That's good. Compliments. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Mom.
Good luck to you.
Mom over there. Thank you very much. Thank you, darling. You have a great mom? Good or great? That's right. She knew what to say. Thank you very much. Thank you, darling. Wow, so nice.
All right, you're doing a good job.
Okay, these are nice people we're meeting, huh?
Yes, and this is, so your hands won't be too heavy.
Hey, look at this guy. I'm not going to mess with him, huh? How you doing, sir? Fantastic. Hello. Hi, boy. How are you? Your new baby. How are you? Doing great. How are you? So this is compliments of you, okay? All right. You go have a good time. Don't eat too much, right? Have a great day. Thank you, man. You take care. Thank you, honey. Have a good time. Thank you. It's cute. This is fun. I could do this all day. I wouldn't mind this job.
I wouldn't mind this job. I like this job. I'm coming back. I mean, the guy's having more fun than a human should be allowed to have, as the great Rush Limbaugh used to say. Now, of course, Trump pulled this awesome political stunt to call attention to something that the legacy media refuses to cover. That Kamala Harris did indeed appear to lie about working at a McDonald's, trying to make herself more relatable to the working class. I've done my own investigation into the matter. And there is simply, gang, when all's said and done, there is no evidence she ever did that. There is no evidence at all that she ever worked at a McDonald's. There's nothing on any of her old resumes. There's no mention of it in her job applications. No owner of any McDonald's franchise can vouch for remembering hiring her. And whenever the Kamala campaign has been asked to produce evidence that she actually worked at a McDonald's, they stonewall. They offer nothing. And yet the legacy media's they completely ignored. Again, imagine if Trump did something like that. So Trump went ahead and staged this amazing political event to draw attention to what does appear to be a flat-out lie on Kamala's part. But this McDonald's event was far more than just trolling Kamala. I think it was ironically a Brit, of all people, Piers Morgan, who actually nailed what happened yesterday when he tweeted out, "This is one of the best political stunts of all time." This is one of the best political stunts of all time. And that, my friends, is what we call bullseye. Again, the key here is that this was not merely an event staged to troll Kamala. This event, in many respects, was the heart of Trump's campaign. And this is where the P.T. Barnum showman meets Andrew Jackson, the populist. We've been talking a lot about this on our channel of late, so make sure you smack that bell and subscribe button so that you stay informed on the latest here. But many analysts have long recognized that this election is going to be ultimately decided by the working class voter. If this election comes down to Arizona, Georgia, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, the so-called Big Seven, then this election ultimately comes down to how the working class votes, because these 7 swing states have an inordinate amount of working class voters. And Kamala and the Democrats are absolutely hemorrhaging the working class vote. It started back in 2016. Again, we talk about this often, particularly with the white working class, where nearly 200 counties in states like Wisconsin, Iowa, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Ohio, that have voted Democrat in every single presidential election for decades, suddenly switched over and voted en masse for Trump. In fact, again, even if Hillary had won Obama's level of the black vote, she still would have lost, precisely because she lost the white working class vote by that much. But now in 2024, we're starting to see the non-white working class make a comparable shift to Trump. Trump is getting record number of non-white working class support among blacks, Asians, Latino voters, Muslim Americans, a level of support we simply have not seen in half a century. So what Trump has been effectively doing here is he's maximizing his own base that he secured in 2016-2020, primarily the white working class rural voter, while at the same time now in 2024, he's minimizing Kamala's share of the urban non-white working class vote. So he's maximizing his own base while minimizing Kamala's base. He's maximizing his white working class vote while at the same time shaving off a record number of non-white working class voters from the Democrats. This is the secret sauce of Trump's growing coalition, and it's growing like wildfire. You may have seen this over the weekend, but 2 of the most accurate pollsters in 2020 have Trump in the lead with the popular vote. We're not even talking swing states anymore here, gang. Trump's leading the popular vote. This never happened in 2016 or in 2020. I want to reiterate that. This never happened in 2016 or 2020. Take a look at the latest TIP poll, or TIPP. Their last poll some days back had Harris +4. It is now, just 2 weeks from the big day, it is now Trump +2, 49 to 47. Now, this would be astonishing enough. They picked up Hillary's collapse back in 2016. TIPP saw a noticeable drop in the support that Hillary was getting about 3 or 4 days before the 2016 election. Gang, they are now seeing an even worse drop because, again, Hillary never lost the lead for TIPP. They are seeing even a worse drop for Kamala 2 weeks before the election. They are seeing a comparable drop to what they saw with Hillary 3 days before the 2016 election, 2 weeks before the 2024 election. And it's not just TIPP. The latest Atlas Intel just dropped. Now, many of you know Atlas Intel was the single most accurate pollster for the popular vote in 2020. They came within tenths of a point of calling it. They also are finding Trump +3, 51 to 48. It's actually 3.1. Thank you very much. We'll take every percentage point we can get. This is stunning stuff, gang. Trump is winning the popular vote in 2 of the most accurate pollsters of 2020. And my argument is very simple. He's doing it because he has solidified his own base, his own white working class rural base, all the while attracting more non-white working class urban voters than any Republican has in half a century. That's the new Republican Party. That's the new populist right Republican Party. And so if that's the case in the end, then what did Trump do in donning that apron and getting behind the line, working the fryer, working at the drive-thru? What did he do? He became an iconic image of the working class. He transformed into something that Kamala could never even dream of doing in her wildest dreams in terms of pulling off. She would be giggling the entire time. She would look like a petulant teenager in McDonald's. The brilliance of what Trump did yesterday goes way beyond trolling Kamala. He demonstrated himself to be the champion of the working man and woman. He is the champion of the working class voter. And if the working class voter is going to decide this election, then what Trump did yesterday was sheer political brilliance. Now, again, like I say in every one of these videos, now is not the time to get complacent. We have to act like we're 5 to 6 points down in the national average like we were in 2016 and 2020. And we have to act like we're down in every single swing state. We have to do everything we absolutely can to make sure as many people vote as possible and secure that vote in every way possible. But as things stand, there is no question Trump is on his game. 2024 is turning out to be the best Trump ever. Now it's up to us to make sure that this is the biggest landslide victory of them all.